Fixing learning and hiding all your bugs is so ridiculous. Don't be scared of me. I just want to eat your organs. Keep running. I can sense you're getting tired already. Give this fox a kiss.
Hey all, Kate here from the Minecart, and I hope you like the set. It's, you know, it's nothing much. I'm just clearly sitting in the floor of the elevator from sister location with a little stand with some 2 plushies I just got, and also this little acrylic Friday 13th stand. So you're probably wondering, what am I doing here? Well, I have decided to talk about the analog horror made by the YouTuber Linkara, which you're probably curious. Wait, that Linkara? Yes, that Linkara, one of the OG YouTubers. And when I say OG YouTubers, I mean this man has been on YouTube since 2006, and he's still going. He's still making content, which honestly, props for that. Like, look, I'm not bashing YouTubers who, like, want to do this forever, but it's like, sometimes you get burnt out of it, and sometimes you need to take a break. But the fact that Linkara is still going, even after all these years, is just, oh, man. And also, in a few years, his channel will be 20 years old, so, you know, that's gonna feel weird. But, yeah, so basically, last year of the 1st of April, Linkara made a analog horror series, well, more specifically, a analog horror movie. So basically, what it was is, obviously, it is a April Fool's joke, but for something that was made as an April Fool's joke, it's pretty damn good, especially since, like, he uploaded all parts on April 1st. And actually, the cool thing is, you can actually have a physical copy of this for the link of all the... Okay, because basically, like, he posted them in separate parts and then posted them as one big movie, and in that video, there's a link where you can buy a DVD or a physical copy of the movie in question. And honestly, that's pretty cool, especially since I can't really think of any other analog horror content that has done that. And usually people say an analog horror movie really wouldn't work because of the slow pacing and stuff. Which, yeah, that's true. But honestly, for this, for Winter of 83, pretty good. I love it. I also really do love the Winter of 83. And also, it, like a few months ago, it did happen to have its first anniversary. Which I actually was wanting to do a video at that time, but I was just too busy with focusing on school and also being sick, so, you know, there's that. So yeah, today we're mostly going to have a retrospective over the series, because why not? Our video starts off with some paragraphs that explain that some footage has been discovered from the destroyed small town of Fawn Circle. And basically one day Fawn Circle just straight up disappeared in the snow. And when I say straight up disappeared in the snow, I actually mean everyone in that town, and there were only a few survivors, but basically everyone in that town were absolutely brutalized by snow monsters that are actually man-made creations beyond my comprehension. So, yeah, all of that may sound confusing, but don't worry, it will be explained more. So after we are shown that little introduction, we quickly get to see a recording that is mostly just seems to be a little wrap-up of a TV's broadcast. But then...
Anybody hear me? Look, we need help down here. Please send somebody to rescue us. I'm begging you. We're in the basement of Scott's Manor. It's getting so cold down here.
Please, you have to help us. They're going to bury us down here.
No. Don't tell them that. They'll think we're crazy. Look, just please send help. We're in the basement of Scott's
They're
Manor.
gonna freeze us to death!
So after that, we immediately cut to two people who work at Channel 83, which is the channel that is constantly getting all these hijacks and is constantly forced by these hijacks to show some creepy footage. These two people who work for the place are also joined by a police officer who is going to help them investigate Scott's Manor. Now, Scott's Manor is actually quite important. It does have some history as well. Basically, it was the mayor's house when renovations had to be made, but then laws and stuff were passed and had to be passed, and things just happened that caused more and more delays, and eventually the mayor just had to move into a house that was closer to the town. So yeah, and we are also told that scientists, basically some scientists asked, hey, could we maybe have the place so we can do our experiments, and in return we'll help you renovate? They agreed, and the whole scientist stuff will actually come in later, where we discover that the scientists are actually the whole reason why the whole of Fawn Circle basically gets obliterated by snow at the end of this movie. So yeah, but once they get to the manor, this happens.
Hello? Is anyone home? Dr. Chandra? Hello?
Jesus, I thought they were renovating this place. It looks like it hasn't been touched in decades. Greg, get some B-roll shots while I fix my makeup, please.
Already on it.
I'm not sure what's going on myself. This place was not looking like this last week.
Well, the snow obviously got in.
Yeah, but it looks like it got in everywhere. The place still had intact doors and windows. They had finished that back in November. You'd have to break the whole damn house to make a mess like this. Dr. Meredith! Steven! Dr. Chandra!
It's like a blizzard ran through the whole place.
It was maybe half an inch of snow last week. What the hell happened here?
Maybe the signal hijacking wasn't kidding.
Don't get started. However, Rhonda!
Yes, Rick?
Radio the station, get some more bodies out here to help search. And call Mercy General and tell them to have an ambulance on standby in case we need it. I'm gonna go check upstairs.
Alright, back in a minute. I'll come with you. Greg, keep getting those shots and yell if you find anything.
Got it. Hey, Viv! Sheriff, I think I found the basement! Viv? Hey! Is someone down there?
Calling this meeting of the Fawn Circle City Council for January 4th, 1983 to order. Roll call. Thank you, Eric. It's a practice to begin by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the chambers of the Fawn Circle City Council. We have a lot of business to go over today, so I suppose we should just get right to it. The most urgent matter, of course, is the blizzard that's going to hit our fine little city and the rest of the western part of the state. The current weather forecast says we'll have heavy snowfall tonight, a lull in the storm in the afternoon tomorrow for a couple hours, but then we're going to get hit with another 10 inches of snow. Now, we've put in a request to Minneapolis to send us some additional snowplows, but they haven't gotten back to us yet. In case they don't send them, let's get the word out to people to stay calm and not start ordering food from the supermarket shelves. We'll have it all cleared away in a day or two afterward. Councilman Brilling, you said you had something you wanted to bring up with this?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to consider purchasing at least 2 new snow plows. Obviously, we won't be able to use them for this blizzard, but the current plows are 15 years old and starting to get a bit sluggish. In fact, I suspect that day or two you mentioned may be more like 3 days, given how they operated on the storm a few weeks ago. Several businesses along Mendota Street said they lost some potential Christmas business because of it.
Do we have a second for that motion?
Second.
All right, Councilman Brilling, please put together a full proposal along with a recommendation for where to buy them from, and we'll vote on it next week.
Will do.
Next on the agenda, a representative from the U of M campus was going to discuss the restoration work at Scotts Manor and potentially request for funding and labor with the project. Is the representative present? Alrighty, if the representative comes in later during the meetings, let them know they can approach the podium and we'll return to them. Next, a representative from K83FC.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's safe to assume that they're dead. After the council meeting where the current mayor absolutely roasts and destroys Channel 83 when talking to a representative. Like, my god, man, you did not have to go that hard on that man. He was, like, he's just someone who works for the company. He's not the founder of it. Like, man, calm down. And before the part of this movie ends, we actually hear two voices that seem to be behind the scenes. With one of them being what I will say is the best character in this series. And we'll actually see these two more after the next part of this movie. The next part of this movie, which is actually what I'm going to be talking about. So, after the council meeting clip, we didn't get to the clip of Late Night Movie, where we see that the movie they're going to be showing is The Thing from Another World, which I think is a thing from another planet, which after that, years later, that movie came out, John Carpenter would make The Thing or something, which was a remake. I don't know. So it seems everything is going to go all well, but then, if you guessed it, that's right, another hijack. So the video from the hijacking we see seems to be recorded by a woman who is basically talking about her husband and like how she's excited to spend the rest of her life with her or him. It's all happy and stuff, but then as she is recording, she happens to come across an area that originally wasn't fenced off but now is. Now, because this is a horror related type of media, there is a reason why that area is boarded off. So, as you can see...
Alan, this area was closed off for me to film this. No one should be in the park right now, and it snowed last night. But there are footprints? Who was... I'm sorry. The wind was just... Yeah. I know I was just talking about how I love the cold, but... Jesus. Felt like the wind chill was 80 below or something. I'm wearing gloves, but my fingers felt numb for a second there. Look, I think I'm gonna go back to the car and warm up, but I want to see where these footprints lead. What the hell?
Yep, that's right. Our dangerous creatures are snowmen. And honestly, if you really look at them, I don't think they could do that much. So why are people so afraid of them?
Wait. Where did that...
Oh. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I take back what I say. Holy fuck, wow. Damn, they can do that? Okay, yeah, I take back what I said. Holy shit. So after we see that the girl is killed, we see by the camera that she is dragged away. Obviously, she's dead. But then the camera the video glitches, and then reveals, the camera slowly moving side to side while recording nothing but the snowy field, and we hear the voice of the girl. But there is one difference. Her voice kind of sounds a bit robotic. It's kind of like how, you mash up sentences. Like, if you take what someone said, for example, I would say, fart sandwich, and you would just, I don't know where I'm going off. I've just lost my train of point. But, yeah, it basically sounds like sentences she said have been chopped up and rearranged to say other things, basically showing that one of the things that our creatures can do are mimic voices. Sure, they can't mimic them that well, but they can mimic them a decent amount, as long as they don't have to speak long sentences. So, yeah. So after that clip, we get to meet the two voices, which are Darcy Milbanks and Carl Denby. And let me tell you, Carl Denby is the best character in this movie. Like, my god, I love this man. So basically, the reason why they are meeting is because Carl Denby is actually a private detective, and he is looking into why Darcy's brother just one day disappeared. Because yes, Darcy has a brother, and his disappearance is actually a somewhat important part in the story. So yeah, they're basically talking about like his disappearance, and like Darcy talks about like how he is and this and that. And if you like these characters, well, all I'm gonna say is sadly they don't really make it to the end of the series. So if you were hoping for if you were hoping for Carl to make it to the end of this, I'm sorry, sadly he doesn't. So yeah. So after this, we are then shown a commercial for an electronic company called Sid Electronics, which actually, funnily enough, they actually have a computer that makes a mechanical voice that is the same voice of our creatures. So after this, we are then shown another segment of the movie, which shows us a commercial from an electronic company in this movie called Sid Electronics, which is, it's basically just like your standard 80s commercial where it's basically like advertising, oh hey, we have these pretty awesome things, but guess what? We're slashing the prices, so you don't need to spend that much money. Even if that's the whole point of our existence, we need your money. But yeah, besides that, yeah, just mostly a normal commercial. And actually, funnily enough, we actually see a computer that has like one of those mechanical voices that is actually used by the monster of this movie. So, that's pretty cool. But as usual, it gets hijacked, and this time we get to see a video recording of someone who works at a Sid's Electronics store. And it shows them closing up the place for the night, with the guy complaining why does he have to do this in the first place, because apparently his boss thinks that the guy might break in. The man keeps complaining, but then...
Hey, what are you gonna do?
Can you help me with this?
Hello? Great. I'm hearing things. Look, Sid, you're the best boss I've ever had, but you've got to hire some more people.
Hey, can you help me with this?
Who's there?
Help me with this?
Sure, I can't see you. Where are you?
Help me with this? Help me with this? Help me with this?
Yeah, I'm following your voice, but I can't see you anywhere. It's hard to see through the snow.
Hey, can you help me with this?
Where the hell are you? I can't see anything. You can't be this far out. Your voice is definitely coming from this way, though. Oh. Thanks for the help, bud. Thanks for the help, bud.
It's a new year, and that means new savings at Sid's Electronics Boutique. We've got huge discounts on home electronics. This Sonos CC300 VHS camera recorder and player is only $699, down from $899 originally. In the market for a new telephone? How about this combination telephone and AM/FM clock radio in one? It's only $39.95. Or if you and your kids are stuck inside this winter, how about picking up a TV Video Sports Game 10 for only $89.95? Video games, telephones, and cameras. Only the best at Sid's Electronic Boutique, located just off Highway 59 and Chippewa Road.
We then return to Carl Denby, who is on his way to Scott's Manor. Now, one of the things he mentioned is he was able to get in contact with a deputy by the name of Deputy Blair. He's also somewhat important. Now, here's the thing. Maybe thinking, why am I bringing this up? Well, Deputy Blair seems to be the only deputy who is available because all of the other ones were sent to Scott's Manor by the mayor to investigate. Sadly, there is a reason these other deputies and police officers are missing. And you're about to see why.
January 6th supplemental. I have arrived at Scott's Manor, and I believe I've discovered what happened to all the police in the city. They're all here. Or at least they were here. There are 8 police cars, and several other nondescript vehicles located outside of Scott's Manor. I've tried calling out to see if anyone's around, but there's been no response. People have been here recently, however. I am inside of Scott's Manor now, which is overrun by snow. There are several footprints in the snow from various individuals. So far, I've been able to find some disturbing items around here. I've located at least 2 revolvers, both empty. I've found some shredded, bloody clothing, though whether that clothing belonged to a police officer, I can't say. For that matter, it might not belong to anyone, just some oily rags that look like blood. But given the current unusual situation, I am disinclined to believe an innocent explanation. The only area I have yet to explore is the basement. Heading down now. We'll leave recording on while I explore. I am now in the basement. This basement is strange. The rest of Scott's Manor is still a decrepit, half-destroyed building, but down here, well, there's certainly damage, but there are metal walls, the lights are on, and it looks like there are offices, doors. The snow has gotten down here too, but this place is like a laboratory or something, and it's in much better shape than what's above. What the hell was this? A bomb shelter? I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking for down here. What is all this? December 12th. Growth rate of organism increases exponentially in colder temperatures. When were they away? Oh my god. These are definitely human remains. It's like a skeleton. There's blood everywhere around it. I'm thanking God right now my nose is clogged up a bit from the cold because I do not want to be smelling this. I need to find out what the hell happened here. There. This room appears to be some kind of office. Records, maybe? Bacterial formations, no. Budget information? God, none of this is organized. Just give me a name for what this is. Micro cassette tapes. They should work on my tape recorder. Let's see. Yeah, good. Should have brought my own bag, but how the hell was I supposed to know I'd need it? I've located a video camera in its storage container. Looks like it's from Channel 83. What the hell is this doing here? I'll try to turn it on and get some answers. Battery's dead. Charging cable and a spare battery. Okay, perfect. I'll take these with me.
Hello? Hello? Someone there? Someone, please help me!
Hello? I'm coming!
Oh God, please help me!
It's okay, man. It's okay. I'm here.
It's so cold.
Yeah, I can see that, man. You're looking pretty bad. Can you stand?
No, my legs are buried in the snow. Can't feel them.
Don't worry. I'll carry you up, man. Oh my God. Man, your legs.
Oh God. They're gone, aren't they?
Yes. I'm so sorry.
You have to get out of here. Just leave me.
No way, man. I'll carry you.
Please, you have to warn them!
Hey, can you help me with this?
Hey! Come over here and help me with him, man! I need to get him to my car outside! Come on, man, help me here! Wait a second. You're Stephen Milbanks, aren't you? Your sister hired me to find you.
Hey, can you help me with this?
How are you talking without your lips moving?
Run! Run now! It's not him! No, I've got him!
But...
Get out of here! Warn everyone! They're in the snow! They're in the damn snow!
So yeah, those police officers are long dead, and there was even a motherfucker who had, like, his entire lower half removed. Like, man, I seriously doubted the strength of these snow creatures. Like, holy shit. So after that, we then get to the next segment of this movie, which is Council Meeting 2. Now, something I actually forgot to mention in the first council meeting part was the fact that Channel 83 was wanting this, honestly, somewhat pricey stimulus check so they could keep their operations going, and obviously the mayor was having none of that, so yeah. So this time we have a different representative who is also trying to convince the mayor of this stimulus check, and also has a theory as to why they keep getting these hijacks, with the theory of that the hacker has a stronger signal that lets them hijack the things of Channel 83. But here's where things get interesting, because then she also brings up how the footage they insert when they take it out, it has changed. So that means these snow creatures have the ability to also alter film as well. Honestly, now I'm just interested on, like, a modern take of this. Like this movie takes place in, like, 2015 or something. I don't know. I'd honestly like to see, like, a modern, like, a take where this is set in the modern day. That would also be really interesting. So, yeah, everything's going normally, but then...
This $75,000 over 3 months is ludicrous. If you want to proceed forward, you'll have to be a little more realistic in your... Please, everyone, remain calm. It seems we might be ending things a little early today if the power is out.
What is it?
The snow! Look!
How was the snow covering the doors like that? The blizzard only started a few minutes ago.
It's got to be just on the doors, right?
No, we're buried. We're completely buried.
Calm down, everyone. Calm down. We'll call 911 for help and try to start digging out of here. Darcy, shut off the equipment and call the police.
Right.
Yeah, so as we can see, the people in that building are quite screwed. So yeah. Oh, also, before things go on, I would like to note that, micro cassettes recovered 1 and 2, and the council and city council meetings 3 are just audio. So to kind of help with that, I'll still play the audio, but I'll also have a GIF of that running Linkara meme, because I think it's fitting considering, you know, who created the series. So or not series, movie. So yeah, enjoy.
Brain, entry 2. We've been sitting at the lab facilities under Scott's Manor for 3 days. Dr. Matthews says that he'll have the specimens transferred here within the week, once the primary holding tank has been completed. The life forms that we recovered, well, if you can call them life forms at their size, more like bacteria, really, seem to be attracted to crystalline structures. Given their growth rate, we hope to have something to report within the next... December 17th, 1982. Dr. Chandra reporting, serial number 9X47A, Project Freezing Rain, entry 39. Finally, I have something of interest to report. I am proud to announce that we have made contact with the life form. The method of contact is, admittedly, a strain on the life form, so we have been unable to maintain conversations for more than a minute or so at a time, but it proves they are intelligent. They've discerned our alphabet and language, though I'd say it's probably at a K1, K2 level at the moment. We were able to wire a personal computer into the incubation chamber and use the text-to-speak functions to hold the conversation. It's amazing. They actually hear me and communicate. This was the first transmission we got from them. Hello, you are Dr. Chandra. We are the... Damn it, there's a branch of a tree outside, scraping against the window. I'll move to a deeper part of the office away from them.
So we discovered that the monster was created under the Project Freezing Rain, and one of the doctors, or scientists, Dr. Robert Chandra, who we'll only refer to as Chandra because honestly, interesting last name. So yeah, Dr. Chandra has some exciting news because they finally made contact with a life form. This life form being our monster. Now at first, the life form seems to be harmless. But because this is a horror movie, things are obviously going to go south real quickly. On to our next segment. Our next segment is a commercial for Medicine Lake Campground, which seems to be the campground slash lake of Fawn Circle. So it seems to be going all normal and stuff, and they even say, oh, these are all the things you can do at this place. Like... Okay, yeah, maybe not those two. I'm fine on doing those last two things, so, you know, I'm fine. So after that little disturbing thing, we are also shown the types of houses that you can rent, or not houses, cabins that you can rent at these places, such as... okay, yeah, on second thought, maybe I don't want to go to this place, actually. This place kind of seems a little, creepy. I'm just gonna say. But yeah, jokes aside, yeah, it eventually ends with, more of the commercial itself being altered, with the tagline of "The red will become white," which, you know, as long as you don't think about it too much, that definitely doesn't sound racist whatsoever. So yeah, we see that everyone in the council center has been, trapped in by snow, but thankfully the place is on a generator and they have food and resources and stuff, so, you know, not completely screwed, I guess. But we also get to learn that their cars may never work again because of how buried in snow they are. So, yeah, another thing we see is that these creatures can also make things a lot more colder than usual. So, yeah. So yeah, we get more arguing and stuff, and even, like, the spokesperson from Channel 83 even says they've sent, like, they sent I'm sorry, I can't speak. They sent snow plowers to come and hopefully dig them out. And actually, the mayor has a change of heart and even thanks her and actually considers on the stimulus check. But then, then Officer Blair comes in. Like, he comes in through a window, and let's just say he ain't happy.
Where have they been? Where have they been? They're at Scott's fucking Manor, where you told them to go!
That was days ago.
They never came back! Their cars are still fucking out there! I found Sheriff Douglas's badge in a snowbank covered in blood! You fucking sent them out there to die!
I sent them to investigate it, that's all. I need them to find the scientists after that signal hijacking. The city needs the funds from that operation.
You know what was happening out there? Do you know what happened to my brother?
If he was out there, then he's dead. They're all dead.
You don't know that. Where is he, Mayor?
No, I know they're all dead. Do you know why I came here? Because I was chased. There were things out there. Things made of snow. They had human faces on them. They chased me until I got here. We need to shut all the doors and windows before they get in.
Are you insane? What the hell are you talking about?
Those things were at Scott's Manor. They'll be coming in here soon if we don't.
Stephen, you're alive.
No, get away from him.
Stephen, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. Where have you been? I've been so worried.
That is not Stephen.
Stephen, I missed you. Stephen, say something.
Hey, can you help me with this?
What the?
Hey, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's safe to assume that all of those people are dead. And we'll actually see Darcy one more time, but as a possessed snow monster, and yeah. Oh man, wow, those things are powerful. Holy shit. So for the next segment, it's another mini cassette, and as we can see, Dr. Chandra is starting to get more and more worried about their experiment because it seems to be getting more and more capable of replicating people's faces and also, well, soon being able to replicate voices as well. And Dr. Chandra tries to bring this up with the head of the operation, but, you know, as usual, the head of the operation just sweeps it under the rug or just ignores it, and they're like, hey, it's not a big deal, it's not like anything's going to happen, which is something that has aged very poorly, because before the creature broke out, it said that Chandra thought that it said it wants to be like them. But then the creature corrects him by saying that they will be like it, and when the head of the operation says, what does that supposed to mean? the creature breaks out. So, yeah, that's how that part ends. And, yeah, as we can see, yeah, Carl is, kind of freaked out now. But then...
This is way past my pay grade. Fuck the blizzard. I'm getting out of this town. I'm going for help. I'll take the camera with me. Might have some evidence to prove this is all real. Darcy, I hope your car's got gas. Mine's almost out. Help me pack this up and I'll explain everything on the way. You're not gonna believe this, but some weird shit was happening at Scott's Manor. I don't think your brother was directly involved, but... well, there's no way to say this, but I think... Darcy? Darcy, why are you just standing there?
Thanks for the help, bud. Thanks for the help, bud.
Shit!
So our only really short segment, which is a winter warning, it's basically supposed to be like your standard winter warning that a news channel would give. It's like, oh, make sure you be careful because there's like a bunch of snow and stuff. And obviously it's continuing on like normal, but then in the background we hear a door open, the man scream, the sound of a building collapsing, the man groaning, and then silence. But that silence does not last for long.
We're sorry to interrupt. We're sorry to interrupt. Leave your current location. Step outside. We will return you to the snow. The storm is shelter. The storm is home. Step outside. Tonight, the storm is coming for you.
You will be like us.
The segment after this depicts Carl Denby running off from his office where he explains that he had to shoot Darcy, who was now a possessed snow monster. So, yeah, he is running off and we see how much snow is around because, holy crap, there is a lot of snow around. He's breathing heavily, he's looking around frantically with his camera. He's trying to find a way out, but sadly, like I mentioned earlier, he doesn't make it.
What you say? That you only meant well, 'cause you did. What you say? That it's all for the best, 'cause it is. What you say? That it's just what we need, and you decided this. What you say? What did she say? And notes keep falling out your mouth. It's sweet talk news, people are gods. Speak no feeling, no, I don't believe you. You don't care to be.
Rest in peace, Carl Denby. You were one of the greatest characters in this movie. Not just this movie. You were one of the greatest characters in all of analog horror. Like, oh my gosh, this rest in peace legend. You will be missed. Even if you were a fictional character, but yeah, I get way too attached to some fictional characters, as you can tell. So after this, we get our final segment, which actually is a bonus segment after this. We get our final segment that's basically the aftermath, explaining that when all the snow melted, the creature seemed to melt away with it. Now you're probably thinking, why did the creature never go to other places where it was snowing? Well, earlier it was mentioned that the channel 83 was only being shown in Fawn Circle. So that has to do with something with the monster not being able to leave Fawn Circle. So yeah, it was really only Fawn Circle that was getting screwed. So yeah, when all the snow melted, there were barely any survivors, and even the people who did survive had no clue about anything that was going on, so clearly they were living under a 5-star rock. So, you know, it was also mentioned how all that anyone could find were a bunch of pieces of bodies, which, you know, that's not good. So yeah, eventually, yeah, Fawn Circle is basically like a deserted wasteland, and yeah, after that we get the ending, the credits roll, we get Linkar's outro, but then there's the bonus segment. Yep, that's right, the creature is back. And it seems that possibly there was another city built on the remains of Fawn Circle, and there was even a new channel discovered in that area, so chances are the creature is living through that way. But here's the thing, when this was posted in separate videos, the video that this was a part of was followed by like April Fools and stuff. But this time, for the full movie, it's not. So, is there a chance that we could possibly get a Winter of 83 sequel? Who knows? Maybe we will, maybe we won't. And like I actually mentioned earlier, it would actually be really cool to see, like, a Winter of 83 movie take place in, like, modern times. Like, I would genuinely be interested to see how that would work. But, yeah. So, yeah, Winter of 83. Honestly, it's a pretty good analog horror, and especially since, again, it's like sure, it has some cliches, but not all of them. But yeah, honestly, Winter of 83 is a really good analog horror movie, and I would highly recommend watching it. Well, not unless you have a fear of the snow, which, no, if you have a fear of the snow, then maybe don't watch this, because that's probably going to make that phobia for you act up. But yeah, Winter of 83, it is amazing. I highly watch it. And also, go buy the DVD, because honestly, it's just interesting, because, like, I've never really seen any other, like, analog horror creators, like, put their creation on, like, a physical thing of media, like a DVD or something. I don't know, it's like Linkar's like the first one to do that. So yeah, I'll definitely be getting the DVD eventually. So yeah. So, that was my little retrospective of Winter of 83. Sorry if it wasn't really that professional. I'm not really the professional type, especially since it's getting close to being late at night or something. But yeah. So, I honestly would like to do more retrospectives like this. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Who knows? But yeah. So, anyways, that was it for this video. Make sure you all subscribe and like for more, and I'll see you all later. Peace out, home guards, and goodbye!
Nice to meet you.